Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 17th of December, still. 2018, still. The skies in Boston are gray as always, still. And I'm listening to a video right now while I'm stuck in traffic on the Massachusetts Turnpike. I'm listening to James Corbett, how and why big oil conquered the world. And it's a great 2 hours. If you want to know what's really going on, you may want to listen to those two videos. I recommended them before, I recommend them now. These two videos show how the same people that have always run things are the same people that are behind the global and the green movement. And they're also behind schools, colleges, institutes, enormous corporations, vaccine, medicine. They're behind everything. And then behind them are the Jesuits and the Royal Crown. But you know what gets me? You know what really, really, really gets me? So many people know that global warming is a hoax. They don't realize that the erratic weather that we're getting and these massive storms that have never been seen before, so forth and so on, are the elites using technology. Technology that you can easily find the patents and all the documentation, the magazine articles going back decades. It's decades, not centuries. It's unbelievable to me. It's just totally unbelievable to me. 2 years ago today, I made a video about National Geographic putting a boy or girl on the cover as transgender. 2 years ago today, I said, this is going to blow up. This is going to turn into the new norm. So now we're seeing that a transgender person allegedly won the Miss Universe or one of those big beauty pageants where it's a woman's contest and apparently a man won. Now we're seeing newspaper articles where they're going to start teaching little boys that you too can have your period. I ain't having a period. You know why? Men don't have periods. Males don't have periods. Maybe if they keep back modifying, maybe soon they will. Who knows? But they're teaching bad information. And people kind of know it, but they're just too busy. They're too busy. They're too busy shopping. They're too busy paying taxes. They're too busy doing all the stupid little traps the elites set for you along this life to keep you from finding out who you are, why you are, and what you are. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm starting to think to myself that the great delusion the Bible talks about is happening. And there is only a few of us that do see it for what it is. And while we might not always be correct, we're on it, for the most part. I knew 10 years ago when I was making videos with my cell phone in my grandmother's backyard, pointing at the sky going, Dr. David Keith, spraying the skies. Someday they're going to come out and tell us they're doing it to save us from global warming. And they have. And people still don't get this. They still don't get this. I have people sending me newspaper articles and House resolutions where governors want to get rid of vehicles. You can't have a car anymore. Well, some people are actually going with that. Like, great, that'll save the planet. Everybody ride a bike. It's not what it is. It's control, 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 control. All across the board. Samsung, one of the biggest makers of televisions, came out in every tech magazine and said, be cautious. Because our smart TVs are not only smart, they may be videotaping you audio and video. You know what the response to that was? Number one selling television in America. It's unbelievable. They come up with a listening device and they call it Alexa. It's for people that are too lazy to reach the light switch that's right there. Alexa, turn the light on. You have a full-blown listening device in your house. And who knows what else it could possibly do remotely? You don't know. You have no clue. Common Core shows up. Some parents complain about it, but for the most part, it continues to go forward. Common Core is the United States' idea of teaching children bad information. Is what it is. What are you going to do? Boys can have periods too now, right? It's unbelievable. Magazines are writing articles about a 10-year-old boy who dresses like a girl dancing at a gay bar in front of grown men and getting paid for it. That is a crime. That is a crime. Where are the authorities? Where's the outrage? We got attacked on 9/11 with the most ridiculous conspiracy theory ever. That a guy in a cave on dialysis, who was also working for the CIA, somehow coordinated an attack on a bunch of airplanes with guys with box cutters that took over all the airplanes, every one of them successfully, except for the one that hit the ground and disappeared. It hit the ground so hard that it didn't even catch on fire, it didn't even throw any luggage anywhere, and there were no bodies. It just disappeared. That's the story. Nobody cares. We went to war with a country for 13 years. We killed over 1 million people of their population over a lie. An entire lie. Why aren't Americans throwing down their tools, throwing down their clipboards, throwing down their pens? Stop going to work for a day. Everybody, and see what happens. Everybody wants to pick up a vest like the people over in France. What's the one thing you notice about the vest? It's a color, correct? They keep mentioning it. Yellow vest, yellow, color. It's a revolution. It's a color revolution. Oh, wait a minute. So they're trying to set something off. Because if they didn't want us to know about it, we wouldn't know about it. They wouldn't make such a big deal about it. But they do. This is going to be Occupy Wall Street all over again, which was just nothing but a giant information gathering frenzy by the powers that be, law enforcement, and all the other alphabet agencies, of which we have hundreds now. Hundreds. People don't care. Your government's going to get away with exactly what you allow it to. And thus far, we've let them get away with everything. There's only a few of us. And then we have to put up with ridicule and name-calling and trolls and emails and every other thing. It is what it is. It's unbelievable to me. Countries loaded with drugs. Before we went to war with Afghanistan, heroin was something that people in the ghetto or jazz musicians used. Maybe. I don't know. Afterwards, everybody's on heroin. But before that, the pharmaceutical companies, funded by the oil companies, came out with OxyContin, which I fell victim to. And everybody I know, most people died from it, or most people are still caught up in it, or they're in jail because of it. Because when you synthesize a drug that is better than pure opium, what do you think's going to happen? Where are the lawsuits? Where's the government crackdown on that? Nada. Nothing. Zip. Zero. Zilch. And then they put out television show after television show after television show, making going to rehab acceptable. It's what the celebrities do. It's no big deal. Maybe because some of you aren't as old as me, you weren't around when this country wasn't terrible. It used to be a great country. You had neighborhoods, you had communities. You wanted to talk to somebody, you maybe called them on the phone, or you just went and found them. Now, every single solitary thing you think or say is in a video, a tweet, Facebook post, whatever. And all of that data is collected. And that isn't a conspiracy theory. They've told us. Nobody cares. We've had truth channels coming out explaining the width and breadth of how bad Facebook is data mining and manipulating people and even doing psychological operations. And at the end of the video, they say, don't forget to subscribe to my Facebook page. I know it's bad, but I don't use it. Don't use it. I do this because I can't stop doing this. I can't stop. I get way too many emails. I get way too many messages from people saying that I am making a difference. So maybe you don't like me? Have at it. You do this for the money? I've been doing this 10 years. I monetized my channel 2 years ago, because why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever heard me not talk about something? It's unbelievable. They do false flag attacks and then militarize the police. And then they have the Israelis teaching our police officers how to deal with the public. Why would you do that? Israel has an entire country that they moved in on like a cockroach, threw a wall around it, and then they test every banned weapon of war on these poor defenseless people. Well, they were shooting rockets. Israel spies on us, and we know it. Our government knows it, but they can't spy on the people that they have all inside of a wall? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You have Israeli soldiers teaching American police officers how to police Americans. Nothing to see here, folks. I got pulled over and harassed the other day because I flashed my high beams once at a car that dropped 15 miles an hour in front of me. I actually read the warning. It's very, very small. It's hard to read with glasses on. It was a high beam violation. High beam How many laws are we going to have? How many laws are we going to possibly have? We have lawmakers that are making laws where every single day, every grown American in America is committing 3 felonies one way or the other because there's so many laws on the book, and yet none of these laws apply to any of these politicians. As a matter of fact, they even invent new words so that lying isn't lying anymore. It's political doublespeak. So I say one thing and I do another, and people still believe in this whole system. People believe that Donald Trump somehow was one of us. The guy's been a billionaire more than once in this lifetime. When's the last time you made $1 million? He was bailed out by Israeli bank concerns. His son. I mean, come on. It's unbelievable to me. Everything's a lie, and it all goes back to the same people mentioned in the Bible, except the people masquerading as the people in the Bible aren't. And people need to understand that. At any rate,